Hi, I am Nancy Harkness, romance author, and I'm here for Writer Unedited, where I, excuse me, sit at my writing desk, just chatting about whatever runs through my head or whatever's going on at the moment. I have 3 viewers. Who's number 3? Whoever you are, please just say hi in the comments so I know who I'm talking to. You can leave again. No shame in that. I understand people go in and out. So if you have any questions, please put them in the comments, or if you have any comments, put them in the comments. You can always find previous Writer Unedited lives on my YouTube channel, and I'll put the link in the comments. So, as you can see, I have on my Thanksgiving hat, so I'm going to give my Thanksgiving report first. The sad news is that I did not win the zucchini race. But that's okay, because I had a great time. In fact, I don't think I have laughed so hard in a very long time as I did at the zucchini races, which took, with all the heats, because we can only race 2 zucchinis at a time, I don't know, 2.5, almost 3 hours maybe, and they were hilarious. So I have pictures. So here are pictures. So first, it was very exciting because my brother-in-law, who is a very talented carpenter, actually he was a builder in his previous life, but he has retained all his skills from that previous life, built us a new zucchini racing track. Isn't that beautiful? It looks like a piece of fine furniture, doesn't it? And that's in their garage. They really went all out this year, put carpet tiles on the garage floor. I mean, it's amazing. So you start your zucchinis up here, and that little back part flips up to start them. And then they race down, and as you can see, there's a jump at the end. This is a new feature for zucchini racing. And it creates utter chaos, which makes zucchini racing so much more fun. And in fact, after some experimenting, we discovered that, so this part can be moved forward, and we moved it way forward because the zucchinis really jump at the bottom. And my nephew decided that they should jump over flames. So we pulled this farther apart, and then in this gap between the 2 pieces, he put 4 flaming candles. And as it turned out, it really didn't matter because the zucchinis jump so high that the flames don't do anything to them. But it did make for very dramatic zucchini racing, I've got to say. So that was very entertaining. So here's my zucchini, because as you know, we decorate the zucchinis before we race them, and that is half the fun. And this year I went blingy. I have a jeweled zucchini. And as you can see, I even decorated the base. Everybody gets the same base for their zucchinis to try and keep the race sort of even. So I even decorated the base of my zucchini, and you can't tell because they're on the top, but there are 2 crowns on this zucchini in honor of Royal Kaleva, of course. So, so I had fun. I had fun decorating my zucchini, even though I didn't win. This is why zucchini racing is perfect for everyone. There are those of us who like the decorating, and there are those of us who are hyper competitive and like the racing. So just to share with you a couple of my favorite zucchinis, decorated zucchinis. So I think this may have been my all-time favorite. So this was my niece's partner's zucchini. He decided to go all yellow, as you can see. And it took him hours. And then when he raced it, of course, half the stuff fell off because of the jump at the bottom. Oh, and you notice he even painted his base. He has a pretty yellow base. Half the stuff fell off when the zucchini jumped at the bottom, so he had to do a lot of repair work. So that's that. So let me see comments here. Sally says, fire extinguisher at the ready. I'll be getting to that. Sally says, do you eat the zucchinis afterwards? No. Considering the fact that they are poked full of holes, they have raced down the track numerous times and rolled around on the floor, they fall apart, and they also have things glued to them. So definitely no eating the zucchinis. Gail says, I'm glad you all had fun with the races. I was worried and sending winning thoughts. Love your crowns, but some of these are ingenious, aren't they? Okay, so here's my second favorite zucchini. I called this the Angry Bird zucchini. So my cousin is an architect, a former architect. He doesn't architect anymore, but like my brother-in-law, he still has his skills. So he made what I call an Angry Bird zucchini. out of, so this is a piece of ginger, a thumb of ginger. These balls were from another game we played. Then a lot of toothpicks, as you can see. And then this is a stalk of celery. I do not know what inspired this, but it's hilarious. And it did, believe it or not, make it down the track. It lost its tail eventually because we do multiple heats. But I was impressed because I thought it would just fall apart the first time around. So here are, these are not even all of the zucchinis, but this, I don't know which way did I take this picture. I guess it goes this way. So just to give you an idea of the decorated zucchinis. So that one with the flames on the bottom. So she's competitive, and that's a cousin-in-law, and she actually weighted inside of she hollowed out the inside of the zucchini and put coins in it to make it heavier in hopes that that would make it faster. The problem is with the jump at the bottom, it actually fell apart a lot. And you see the zucchini, so we have feathers on our zucchinis. That's Super Sons. This is Darling Daughters with the wings. You can see the Angry Bird zucchini here. The yellow zucchini's not in this, but we had so many of them, we had to split them up, actually. So that's just some. We had 19 zucchinis racing. So speaking of flaming zucchinis, so Sally says, I still think you need a beauty pageant. Yeah, I don't think we can do that. It's fine. We all just have fun. So this is a rather modest flaming zucchini. You can see here's the starting gate, and it literally, you just flip it up from the back, and it sends everything rolling down the track. That's my nephew, the starter. He was the official starter, and he ran the brackets for the heats. So this is a rather modest flaming zucchini. This one, the candles would generally go out by the bottom, so it wasn't a problem. But my other nephew decided to put multiple candles at the back of his zucchini, and this was his entry in the race. And the problem was that when it got to the bottom and hit the jump, the first couple of times it was fine, but then it fell off, and as you know, there was carpeting in the garage. So my cousin-in-law, another cousin-in-law, came to the rescue, leaped off her seat, and knelt on the floor and blew out the candles. So it was actually hilarious, honestly. And nothing caught on fire, so that's good news. So that was the zucchini racing. And let's see. My daughter came in, she was the second loser, as I said, so she came in third. And my son came in sixth, so I think he was the fifth loser, maybe. Is there a video, Sally? There is, but it's, you know, a family member, so I'm not allowed to show it in public. But it is hilarious, honestly. Yeah. So, but that's not even what made me laugh the hardest, though. It was just so much fun. We had a blast. Okay, so what else on Thanksgiving? So I decided that we needed a Thanksgiving dragon. So it's made out of pumpkins, as you can see, but you know me and dragons. And so my sister has these turkeys, pumpkin turkeys. I actually gave her these several years ago. So I added a dragon. So he's not exactly a Calavan dragon, but that's what we're going to call it. Or her. I decided it was a she. I'm like, why do dragons have to be boys? We're making them she's. So the dragon is a new decoration. And then we had a whole new activity because my sister's family business, part of it is shrewd archery. So they just opened an indoor shooting range in Salem, Virginia. If anybody here is an archer, go check it out. It's fantastic. So we all went down and tried out for Robin Hood. And that's me learning. That's the first time I've ever done this. My nephew gave an incredibly wonderful, clear instruction session on how to arch. And I was amazed because I actually hit the target, not the bullseye. Believe me, this target was a long way away, but I actually hit the paper target. So there's a whole wall of foam that your arrows go into way far away, and then they put paper targets on the wall. So I was actually pretty pleased. So interestingly enough, Dr. Darling Daughter gets up and starts shooting, and she's hitting the target, not just the target, but she's getting in the bullseye, and well, the circle around the bullseye. And we're all going, what the heck? I mean, she's actually good at this. So she finally confessed that, in fact, in college, she was in the archery club for a semester. So although they used recurve bows, which is, the more Robin Hood looking bow that sort of goes like this. Yeah, so she was a bit of a ringer, but she was extremely good at shooting. She got within that inner circle, I think 3 or 4 times. So I was impressed. Sally says, are there or will there be archers in your books? So maybe, there aren't yet, because this is a new thing for me. But why not? So anyway, that's my Thanksgiving report. It was so much fun. We ate way too much. Of course, the food was fantastic. The younger generation, as in my children's generation, are taking over the dinners. So we had what was called Aloha Caribbean Night with Hawaiian shrimp and Caribbean jerk chicken and painkillers, which is a cocktail served in these fabulous tiki glasses. That was my nephew and his partner. And then one of my nieces and her partner did a bento box dinner that had 6 separate dishes in it, including Japanese dessert. It was fantastic. And then Dr. Darling Daughter and her fiance did tacos, very elaborate steak tacos. And then dessert was a fantastic blueberry cobbler that Dr. Darling Daughter made, which shocked the heck out of me since she likes to cook just about as much as I do. And then Thanksgiving dinner was a joint effort, mostly of the older generation. And it was fantastic as always. So, fabulous Thanksgiving celebration. And now, Thanksgiving is past, and we move on to the Christmas season. Ho, 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 because Christmas is only 21 days away, right? And I have to say, now that I don't have small children, I don't feel nearly as much pressure with Christmas, particularly as far as gifts go. Now my adult children give me lists of what they would like. I love giving Christmas gifts, so it's a big deal for me. Can you hear the cat? Moby! Come in here. That's Moby. It's a little squeaky voice. Anyway, I love giving gifts, so they give me lists, and I pretty much just buy what they ask me for, and then supplement with a few little things that I think they'll like. So that's my fun. Gail says, love the new headband. Thank you. I'm actually trying to distract you guys from the fact that I'm having a really bad hair day. Oh, and I got to show you my earrings. Oh, let's see. They're penguins. Can you see that they're penguins? They're like Christmas trees made of penguins. I don't know if you can see that. Hard to tell. Sally, funny you should ask. I was just showing them to you. I hope you could see them. And the other thing I still do at Christmas is decorate up the wazoo, because I am a firm believer that it should look like holiday joy threw up all over my house. Firm believer. So, and as far as throwing up goes, holiday decorations are a lot better than cat puke, which I also get all over my house. The outdoor decorations go up on Friday, and I'm so excited because I love my outdoor decorations, but I can't put them up myself because they require ladders and things, sadly. But I have a wonderful company that does it. And in the meantime, I am working on the indoor stuff, including the tree. The tree is a multi-day project always, because I do a fake tree. I just can't deal with the lights anymore. Putting on the lights, it just drives me nuts. But I had fun today. So I put the tree up 2 days ago, I guess. Yesterday was a crazy day. I didn't have time to work on the tree. But today I fluffed it. So if you buy your tree from Balsam Hill, your fake tree, they give you gloves to wear to fluff it, because when you store it, it gets kind of squished down. So I put my fluffing gloves on today and fluffed the tree, which is very satisfying, actually. And if I can figure out how to do it, I may take you on a tour of my decorations, inside decorations, when they're done on my live. I think that'd be fun, right? Sally says, aha, yes, penguins. And Gail says, love the earrings. Thank you. Aren't they fun? They're not even that heavy. I thought they'd be really heavy, but they're not. So I guess I should talk about book stuff, right? So Raoul's book, update on Raoul's book. I just wrote a very hot love scene. I told you the last time that I had gotten them into his private apartment in the palace for a dinner together. And of course, dinner led to other things. So now they're in his bedroom. They've taken dessert into his bedroom because they got distracted during dinner. So I have a question for you guys, because I always wonder about this. So, you know, the classic thing is to smear whipped cream on the body, either hers or his, or both, and lick it off. I've always thought that sounded really sticky and gross and messy, but some people think it's very sexy. So tell me what you think. How do you feel about food on bodies during lovemaking, or like champagne or something? I don't know. I've never been into that. It's a little cliche now too, so I'd have to think of a new way to do it, I suppose. And I don't know how many new ways there are to do it, but you never know. Maybe able to come up with something. Oh, and the tattoos. Of course, you know from previous books that Raoul has the same dragon tattoo on his rib cage that Gabrielle does, because they got it at the same time. But I had discovered that my heroine also has a tattoo, much, much smaller, on her hip bone. But you have to read the book to find out what it is. But that was fun. It's always fun designing tattoos. I would never get a tattoo myself because I'm a big chicken. But I like designing them for other people. So what is it? Sally says I'm a zit. Okay, I confess, I don't remember Animal House all that well. What does that mean? Sorry. PJ says, I'm with you on the body food. Oh, good. Thank you for weighing in. Sally says, did you know she had a tattoo before you read the scene? No, I did not. But I was writing about Raoul's tattoo, and I thought, you know what? She would have one too. You know, it's a younger generation thing, and they're a younger generation. So I thought she would have she has a small subtle one on her hip bone, so covered up 99% of the time. But I was thinking about the dialogue. Sally, I'm still answering your question, believe it or not. I was thinking about the dialogue that they're going to have in his bedroom, which is, you know, after love. I mean, one of the things I always say about having love scenes, people say, you know, why must you have them? Well, because they're fun, but also they create intimacy, and it allows, in my opinion, allows the characters to either talk about things that are more intimate. It makes them more vulnerable, or of course it can go in exactly the opposite direction where they've been intimate and now they're like, oh my God, push away. So let's see. Moby, come in here. Sorry, the cat is fussing. Let's see. Sally says spray ready whip in mouth and then hit cheeks. Oh, that's from Animal House. Got it. Mo, she coming in? Gail says, no food for me. Love tattoos on others, but too chicken to have one done to me. Exactly. Same way I feel. Way too chicken. Okay, so what else? Keep weighing in on the food thing, but it looks like it'll be a no. You guys are saying no. I don't really love it myself. So they might talk about it, but decide not to do it. That seems good, right? So a couple of other things. I'm very excited to say that Royal Caleva Luis is shortlisted for the Chatelaine Awards for Romantic Fiction, and it is a finalist in Romance Writers of America's new Diamond Heart Awards for contemporary romance, in the category of contemporary romance. And, you know, people always ask me why awards, you know, what is the point of them? They don't actually help sales. I know that. But you know, when you're toiling away all alone in solitary misery in front of your computer, you're so close to the work that you have no idea if it's good or not. Well, put it this way, you usually think it's bad, right? Because we all suffer from imposter syndrome as writers. So that's why you guys are so important, because you email me, you write reviews, you comment here on Facebook, and you tell me that my stories are good, that you enjoy them, that they take you away, which are all the things that I need to hear. So you make me feel like it's worth continuing to do this. Awards are the same thing. They're a validation for me toiling in my solitary misery. So that's why awards make me happy. Your emails and texts and comments make me the happiest, and reviews. Of course, reviews are so important. But awards are really nice, and I put the certificates on. I have a brag wall in my office. No one else sees it but me. And I put my award certificates up on that. And sometimes when I'm feeling really blue and grim about the writing for various reasons, I will just go look at the brag wall and say, look, you know, you're not a total loser. So I don't mean to sound pathetic. I'm really not that pathetic. But it's just, people always ask about that. That's why I like awards. So let's see. What else is going on? Oh, I know. I have a sale to tell you about. So Second to None, which is not in print. This is a thing I had to create myself. It's the only one of my books not in print. Digital only. So this is the novella in the Second Glances series. Is on sale on Kindle for 99 cents all this month. And even though the cover doesn't look like it, this is actually a Christmas novella. My publisher didn't want to, limit its appeal, so they chose not to put Christmas on it, but it's a Christmas novella. And it kicks off the Second Glances series, which features billionaires, cute children, and it's hard to see the dog, he's sort of cut off, and rescue dogs. So it's very heartwarming in my opinion. I think they're really heartwarming. But anyway, 99 cents for that on Kindle, thanks to my publisher. What else I got going on? And yeah, I think that's it for me. Are there any other questions, comments? Nope, doesn't look like it. So next Wednesday, my live will be at 7 p.m. Why? Because I have my book club at noon, and one of our members creates the most beautiful holiday luncheon for all of us. We don't usually serve lunch, but just this one time a year, she serves lunch for all of us. She has a gorgeous round table that actually fits all 11 of us. I think it can fit 12 people, actually. And it's so festive. She decorates it all up, and it's so festive, and the food is fabulous, and she is an amazing baker, so the desserts are like totally over the top. And you know me, I'm all about desserts, so it makes me very happy. So I'll catch you in the evening next week. So in the meantime, I'm wishing you all a fun holiday season, and I'll be back with another silly holiday hat because I have many of them, because I don't know, I like them. They make me laugh. And so maybe I'll do a change so I can use more of them. Now that I think about it, that'd be kind of fun, wouldn't it? And maybe we'll take a tour of my decorated house, or maybe not, depending on whether it's all done yet. All right. Love you guys. Thank you so much for coming by.